crossover and attack. Welcome back everyone, it's time to hit the hills. Today I want to show you how to lose all your fear of climbing big hills and descending the steep downhills. The secret to getting up any hill is to maintain traction and utilize points of traction. Only accelerating where you know you're going to get drive and coasting the obstacles that are going to make you bumble, make you fumble. Okay, you can see I got a pretty serious ascent ahead of me. A lot of people get it wrong with hills out of fear, and their body position goes wrong because what they do is they don't want to wheelie backwards, so they creep forward and lean into it, and in actual fact you're taking too much weight off the rear wheel. You're never going to get the drive you need. The other problem they have is they go the opposite way and get too far back, lean into it, and just flip instantly. How many riders have you seen completely loop out on hills? So, the ideal climb, when it really steepens up, the ideal climbing position is actually to keep your head at the bars, move your butt right back, keep your feet well over on the levers in case you need to grab some brake, okay? You basically want to bring, as the bike gets more vertical, then you can pull yourself up accordingly. You watch the top guys, they get in this funny, in Aussie slang we call it the pig rooter, or anyway, that's another story, but basically you sort of want to pull yourself up to control the bike lifting. I had to put a rock at the back wheel to stop me sliding backwards. That's a front wheel skid you're looking at there, so it's pretty steep. Okay, so foot over the rear brake, slide back, head over the bars, just take off. Maintain the position. A lot of the time, the hill itself is never the problem. It's the obstacles in it that knock you offline or upset your traction and spear you off into the bush, and it's all over. The goal with these things is to utilize the points of traction. Here, here, and here. That's where you want to burst. You don't want to be driving over the obstacle itself as such. You want to be coasting with trailing throttle. So all your thrust happens on the smoothest, most tractable part, and just coast the obstacle. Coast the obstacle. Let's see how we go here. Hopefully I don't f this up. Right, I'm going to run first gear, take off, don't rip the skin off the pudding, and keep that as your mindset the whole way. Utilize the traction points, coast over the obstacles. Okay. Traction. Whoa. Okay, see that? See how easily the bike just went 90 degrees? I reckon my problem there was I didn't approach with enough momentum and tried to make up for it by driving off the obstacles. Didn't work. Come on Husky, you've got this. You're an enduro weapon. Alright, reload. Done. The greasy slick hill is conquered. Just off to the left, as you can see, there's a much steeper rock, bigger rock, more aggressive incline. Yeah, you just got to practice this stuff. Clear the throat. Don't take the skin off the pudding. Creep back. Traction. Whoa. Woohoo. Nice one. In the bag. The bike is almost already at that angle to initiate what they call a splat. So not at any point does the front wheel touch this obstacle because you don't want to go too far back and you don't want to upset your momentum. You basically just want to throw the thing into a wheelie where, as if you're trying to loop it out, right? This is all really advanced stuff, but I just thought I'd show you anyway. Here's a real world hill climb. Very eroded, full drive track. It's not the steepest hill, but it's a hill that, you know, would challenge a lot of people, purely because they're distracted by what's going on. The fear of whether or not they'll make it is usually the biggest one. You got to drop that. The best way to do that is to plan your path, okay? If you have the ability to get a run up for the hill, you can sit back and go, right, I want to drive there, cross that line, drive there and pick it up on the left, and I'm away. So I'm going to do this thing 3 ways. A steady, pick my way through, maximum traction climb. That's the focus, just keep traction. Second one, I'm going to stand, dance, duck and weave and switch lines. And the third one, which is the most fun, is the one that you pull on your mates when they're all taking the easy line and you just blow past them up the roughest, just, you know, let's call it the overtaking lane where no one goes. When you're going downhill, sort of straighten your arms a bit, sit on the back, towards the back of the seat, a little bit of brake, and use your gearbox. Let the engine carry you down, okay? Safely carrying me down. And then the climb. You know, you can pick your way up pretty steep climbs. Listen to this. I'm just going to tractor. I'm not going to get any wheel spin. I'm not even going to use the clutch. I'm just going to use torque. This is how the old boys do it. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, no clutch. Listen to the motor. Perfect grip. I'm not getting all excited and wheel spinning. Letting it crawl. Traction is everything on hill climbs. Right, downhill into the uphill. So, you're planning ahead, pick a path. Now, if you get in a rut, stay in the rut. See how I'm just tracking through it? Don't try and fight it, okay? Ride it out. Oh no, there's an uphill, look ahead. Easiest path to the left, maintain traction, stay back, head over the bars and climb. Now this time let's pretend I've started on a good line, but it goes bad, okay? You don't want to end up down there. You can utilize the time to pick a flat spot, cross over, okay? It's also giving you the best run up for the next hill. Jeez, this thing's good. Alright, let's just pretend there's a sea of trail riders picking their way down the hill and they're all going to take the left hand side. So the right hand uphill down the bottom here is the roughest part and I'm going to use that as the overtaking lane. So just pretending I'm weaving through a couple of riders. Yep, cross over here down in the rut. Helps if you got a good dirt bike. Cross over and attack. Awesome. I'm really starting to enjoy this thing. I didn't realise how good these new generation 2-strokes have become. Swinging off my old CR. It's just an angry animal in comparison to this thing. This is heaps easier to ride, just as fast. Good chassis, like wow. Almost makes you want to get fit and start racing again. Anyway, I hope you got a bit out of that and can try and put yourself in a better mindset when you come to a hill. Have a think about it. Are you that person that's not getting invited onto rides with your crew because you're the one that always bitches out on the hill climbs and they've just had a gutful of you. Go out and practice. Try and utilize a bit of those techniques. Don't rip the skin off the pudding. Arse back, lean into the bike, become a more, a tighter mass with it. Momentum, tractability. It's all there is to it. Lift your vision, look to the top, that's where you're going. You're gonna get there. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, next week, there'll be a video around here somewhere, you'll be able to learn, if you're interested, how to get over twigs, big sticks, bigger sticks, lumps of wood, logs, fallen trees, gigantic logs. The stuff that always makes you stop and turn around. You don't have to turn around. See you next time.